Hi, my name is John Shingler, and I'm faculty here at Penn State. I teach in Community and Economic Development. I teach Cedev 430, which is Principles of Local Economic Development. In that class, students get to study principles of local and economic development. They get to apply these principles to a local community, and through the course they can learn a lot more about how their community works. They can study ways to improve the quality of life in their community or to improve and strengthen the economic base. I think it's important because practitioners today, they need more relevant research-based curriculums to draw upon, and most of the people who do teach in the course, they do have practical experience as well. Well, in 430, students get to choose their local community, and by doing their final paper on that, I get to learn a lot. So the students actually teach me as much as what I teach them. I learn about communities all over the world, and our students are all over the world. And we do try to interact with them as much as possible. I try to be as accessible to them as possible. And I'm always amazed by many of the students and how they're fitting it into their busy schedule and how much they do want to learn. I'm impressed by them. Okay, as part of 430, we do have discussion forums. And these are intended to simulate a discussion that you might have in the classroom environment. The students can get on at any time. They don't have to all be together at the same time. We have students all across the country, different time zones. They all have their own lives to live. But this is flexible in that they are able to get involved in discussing issues and topics with other students by leaving a post. And then they can read the post of other students and comment on that, and we get some good discussion threads as a result. Well, I do work with a lot of the students as they come into the master's program, working with their topics, the topic statements, and then allocating that out to faculty advisors. Sometimes I'm the advisor myself, and I always enjoy that process because we get to see a student bring their research together. They have a topic that interests them. We go through all the steps and different methodologies that they could employ to answer the questions that they're interested in answering. And once they have their data, or they've done their research, they've done their literature review, they've collected their information, then they just put it all together and they get to interpret those results, and they get to tell us what they have learned from the experience and make recommendations and suggestions for further research or for solving a problem that they're interested in. My two major areas of interest for my research are poverty and energy conservation. I've been working on both of those for a long time now, and I've had a chance to combine the two in a research project that's sponsored by the Pennsylvania Public Utilities Commission, and we work with energy assistance programs and weatherization programs for low-income families. I also work with the National Weatherization Evaluation Team. When I first went to school, I was actually an English major, but I took some classes in sociology and environmental psychology, and I became very interested in that field. I switched over to that field, community and economic development classes. I got my master's in urban and regional planning from Florida State. I came back here to Penn State, and I got a master's in public administration and then a master's in community and economic development. And I was actually the last student to graduate with a PhD in community and economic development in its previous home in health and human development.